Hey guys, I decided to modify my Lasko Weather Shield box fan. I decided to make a homemade Venturi box fan by blocking off the corners and both the front and the back. Um, I did the back too, as you can see. So I ran out of clear tape. I don't know what happened to that tape. So I used electrical tape. Woohoo, yeah. So that's what's holding it together. It's a very ghetto setup. I really think that using cardboard and hot glue would have been the ideal way to do it, but hot glue gun is cooked, and I don't have any cardboard right now for that, so that sucks. But everything else is fine and it won't focus for some reason. That's ridiculous. Here's your motor. The capacitor is busted and hanging down as usual. That sucks. And still has the feet, which cool, right? Um, And I tested it earlier and I didn't think it moved that much air. But then I tested again, and it moves a lot of air. Maybe I was just deceiving myself. I don't know. But this thing moves a lot of air. It moves way more air, in my honest opinion. Maybe it doesn't move that much more air, but I notice a difference. Especially like from mid-range, you can feel it. It's way stronger. Now, the thing is, I made this fan like this because I don't know if I said it already, but I've been looking for one of those Venturi style box fans. I know Lasko has made a few of them in the past. They made it the first with the Ultra Force box fan in the 90s. They had a Marco motor. I think it had a D blade set as well. Then they made an early 2000s model, and that was sold up to the early 2010s. I think that was called the Premium Plus or something like that. It was the 3743. Then they made a 3755, which I think that was a thermostat model. They made a bunch of different ones. And then the most recent was the Weather Shield Select fan. It's the one that's gray, or I think it's black actually. It's black with a gray frame. It's like a dark gray frame. And it's got the corners and everything blocked off just like this one, but it's black. It is a really cool looking fan. They made that up until I think 2017 or 18, which is kind of strange because that was a really good fan. A lot of modern fan collectors and even antique fan collectors loved that fan. That was a fan favorite. Pretty crazy how they discontinued something that was actually a really good product, but that's just typical modern corporations. They make something good for a year or two and then cut it off. Weird. So yeah, this is, basically a budget premium plus 3743. That's basically what it is because these fans were only made for a very short period of time. Lasko doesn't really like to make high quality fans like this all the time. I don't know why that is. They make the cheap ones like that, but they can't make the good ones. So these fans are typically very hard to find. You have to go to like multiple flea markets and multiple Goodwills, sometimes like 10 Goodwills just to find one of these. Um, and you might see one on eBay every couple of years, and it's going to be like probably $200, which is ridiculous. The prices on eBay are ridiculous. I know they had a Galaxy 4733 from like the early 2000s on there. I haven't checked it out ever since, but I know the bidding prices on that are going to skyrocket real fast because those early Galaxy fans, the early recalled ones, are highly desirable by the current generation of fan collectors. Anyway, a long rant. I do want to start it up really quick. I think this thing is insanely powerful. It was already very powerful before, but this thing is actually ridiculous. It moves a crap ton of air. Here you go. Pretty impressive in my opinion. And that is strong. That's really powerful. I honestly think even at medium speed, It's outperforming that fan down there. Just on medium speed. Like that's moving a lot of air, to be honest. Moving a lot of air. It definitely outperforms that fan on medium. On low speed, it's probably moving as much air as that moves on medium. Maybe that one on high, I don't know. The CFM value has definitely increased 100%. The CFM value has gotten higher. Maybe not as drastic as I thought it would be, but that CFM value definitely went up. I can tell you that. The low speed is a bit too fast for a weather shield, in my opinion. I've always noticed that. I've always noticed the low speed on this fan is just very fast. I don't know if that's because this one uses a larger capacitor than normal, or if the blade is just flimsy. I don't know. But it is what it is. It moves a good amount of air on low. That's pretty strong. I'm not complaining at all. Even if I go back to mid-range, I'm still feeling it. I'm about like 5 feet away from it, and yeah, it's still blowing me away. It's still pretty strong. About 6 feet, probably about 6 feet away from it, and yeah, I'm still feeling it. Maybe not as much, but still wafting a good breeze. That thing is no joke. That thing is really strong. Now, it's probably not as strong as the early 2000s models. And the reason I say that is because this one does use a different blade set than the one Jordan has or the one Eli has. This one has a more diamond shaped blade. The ones used on the early 2000s models was a more flower petal shape, and that's where the original name came from. It was shaped like a flower petal. The older pedal blade sets were wider than this one, and they appear to have a much steeper pitch. They weren't as pointy as this one. They were a lot less pointy, a little bit more rounded, but they had way more steep pitch, and at least it appears that way. I've never seen one in person. And it more flower pedal shape. It's a wider blade too. This one's a little bit more narrow. Now, the older pedal blade sets are known for making a very annoying high-pitched sound. So maybe that's why Lasko stopped making it and they went to the diamond shape. Maybe because it was a easier sound, I guess, for the ears. But it probably moves less air. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't. That's still very powerful. But I would imagine if this thing had an early 2000s blade, it would just whip out the air. It would be insane. Many fan collectors have said before, including Jordan, that these box fans with the Venturi style grill are probably the most powerful plastic box fans ever made in history. Probably. And it probably will stay that way because plastic fans are just getting garbage. This thing is very strong. I think this is up there. Maybe the blade that's holding it back, but it has the motor. It has the grill now. I think I will do this again in the future. I'm just going to have to get the proper equipment like hot glue gun and cardboard, which will make a better solution, will make a better result, I guess. But this thing is wild. The performance is really good, and it carries farther too. I really like the way it is now. It's not going to stay that way, but yeah. $10 Venturi fan. Did not have to pay $200 on eBay. I did not have to go to 15 different stores to find it for 5 years straight. You could do this yourself. But yeah, thank you for watching.